Everyone, me Kevin here. All right, we've got 3 stocks that we have to talk about. Y'all know that I've been really big on RCC for the past, maybe 2 months-ish here. I've been selling off some call options. I've been selling puts, but I haven't actively been buying heavily until, well, this week. And the reason for that is I see 3 interesting opportunities in the market, and we're going to talk about all 3 of those in this video. As usual, this is not financial advice. I could be totally wrong, and if you lose money, don't sue me, bro. These are just ideas. All right, but I am going to thoroughly explain my ideas. Now, if you are part of the Stocks and Psychology of Money course, you already know about these 3. And if you're interested in joining that, you're always welcome to check out the 40% off coupon code link down below. It does expire August 31st. You get 40% off lifetime access. Also comes with private live streams where we do a lot of this kind of analysis. In fact, at least 2 of these we did detailed private live streams on before we made any kind of decision. We kind of went through the fundamental analysis together, the TA together, the social ARB, trend checks, everything. It was great. So if you like that kind of stuff, you want to go more into detail, feel free to check that out via the link down below. Okay, folks, for now though, let's go ahead and check out number 1. Number 1 on the list is Affirm. Affirm is a stock that at the time of me recording this is up like 30+% in the after hours. And that's because a massive shift of a catalyst just occurred. So you might know that Affirm is the buy now, pay later platform. It is a stock that has been absolutely battered since it went public. It went public, it briefly skyrocketed up to 146, somewhat, missing a path to profitability. And over the past, since starting in February, the stock has just been on this massive slide and trend down. Now, it's slowly started moving up since the May 12th bottom. This is the last time I did massive buying in the market, was over here in May 12th. Before that, I did some buying of the dip as we were sliding down in other stocks. Big buys over here in May 12th. As usual, every time I buy or sell, I post alerts in that Stocks and Psychology of Money group. But anyway, I now am interested in Affirm. I've been tracking Affirm and watching the pain of Affirm for quite a while. And why would I buy it now after it jumped? I bought it less than the jump where it is now. But why would I buy it now all of a sudden on what will end up being a green day? Well, massive announcement. Affirm has announced that rather than just being the partner of Peloton or Walmart or miscellaneous other companies that you could use through the Affirm app, which is a little bit more, there's some more steps involved to use the Affirm app and then buy something in a store. It's much easier to be able to buy something on a website and check out with Affirm, right? Well, Affirm just made a massive announcement, and I want to talk about the implications of this. But first, let me show you why Affirm is so powerful. When people want to buy something, like let's go into a Peloton bike here. We're going to go to the Peloton Bike Plus here. Somebody wants to buy a Peloton bike, but they don't have the $2,500, or now these prices are going down, so maybe the $1,800 or whatever it is for something. No worries. You can now get yourself an interest-free loan with Affirm. Take a look at this. Bike plus family, $2,945. Why pay $2,949 or $45 when you could get it for as low as $69 for 43 months? And all you have to do is click the little pre-qualify now button, and you could start making payments with no extra fees at 0 interest as long as you pay it off by this end term. Now, if you need more than 43 months, 24 months, or 12 months, or whatever you choose, you'll end up paying interest, which interest makes up about 45% of Affirm's revenue. Another about 45% comes from the transaction fee, which is actually really brilliant because if you check out through Affirm, you're not checking out through a credit card, which means now Affirm can charge that 2.9 or 3-ish% fee and make money off processing your transaction. And then they're hoping that a certain percentage of people are going to start paying interest as they want to extend their payments over time. But they're really transparent about this. If you pay this bike off with these monthly installments by the end of this time frame, you will pay 0 interest. And if you multiply 43 times, what is this, 68.49, you'll see it comes out to $2,945, which is the cost of the bike plus family. So it's not like they're building the payments into this price. They're taking the payment processing. So this is kind of like investing in Visa, but then they're also getting the interest. So it's very much like investing in a credit card company rebranded as a buy now, pay later service. Okay, cool. Well, Peloton, I have almost completely sold out of, and I almost completely sold out of them before earnings. I sold out of like 95% of my position before earnings. I sold out another, it was down 4% this morning when it opened, and I sent out an alert that I sold another about 2 or 3% of my position. And so now I've got maybe like 1% or 2% of my original position left in Peloton, and I'm gonna dump that probably next week, particularly because I'm not very happy with their earnings, because their bike sales, and we saw this coming. We talked about this in Stocks and Psychology and Money. I'm like, search trends are going down. Bike availability is getting a lot shorter. Like, you can get your bike a lot sooner. This is not good. All the catalysts that we were looking at for Peloton were evaporating, and I'm like, dump it. Glad I did, because obviously it's been having a rough time. And they're making it a lot harder now. And I'm going to talk about Affirm again in a second, but just a quick note on Peloton. They're making it a lot harder now to figure out where or how much bike sales actually declined. It took us about 20 minutes to figure out where they hid it, but they hid their quarter-over-quarter data. And in our course group, we found out together that they hid the fact, and it's available, but it's just not on their SEC report, which is crazy because that's where I always go. Their quarter-over-quarter bike sales are down like 35%. Now, maybe that's just because it's the summer quarter, and maybe Peloton's going to come back. I don't know. I'll look for the catalyst, but for right now, not very happy about Peloton. Anyway, okay, so Peloton, the reason this matters is because last quarter, Peloton sold about $1 billion worth of bikes, which is a whole lot of money. So, I'm sorry. That was actually, I wrote this down here. Yeah, no, that's correct. It was about $1 billion worth of bikes last quarter. It's down 35% this quarter. Well, Affirm was like the big provider for Peloton. And so people are like, oh man, well, if Peloton's doing poorly, maybe that's why Affirm's going to get pushed down. In fact, we talked about that on the public live stream this morning. Well, Walmart also offers Affirm. And we haven't even gotten to the catalyst here yet, okay? Anyway, Walmart also offers Affirm. The thing about Walmart is that Walmart doesn't actually, here, let's go into something here. Walmart doesn't make Affirm as convenient as Peloton. They do show it here. You could see it. You could go to the little checkout thing. And I'm going to hide this for a second here. You could continue without account, blah, blah, blah. But basically, they end up giving you the option to use checkout with PayPal or checkout with all of these other options, and Affirm is one of them. What I found, because people always ask, like, what about the competition? Yeah, there is competition for buy now, pay later. You got PayPal, you got Afterpay, you got Apple partnering with Goldman Sachs to come up with a buy now, pay later. Apple, though, is, I heard, I haven't confirmed this, apparently partnering with Affirm in Europe, which is pretty cool, so good for Affirm. But anyway, what we found when we were looking at the Walmart checkout page is that PayPal's buy now, pay later only lets you pay over, I think it's 4 payments, and you have to pay every 2 weeks. Affirm lets you stretch it out over 12 months, 24 months, 43 months, whatever. It's insane how far you can pay it out. So now maybe it's different for different products, so I don't really want to bag fully on PayPal, but I think PayPal doesn't have the growth that an Affirm is going to have. I certainly don't think Walmart's going to have the growth that Affirm's going to have. And something else that I think is really crazy is Amazon, I think, already has a lot of growth priced into it. But here's the fun part. Amazon just announced that they're going to incorporate Affirm to create a buy now, pay later option on Amazon's website. This is huge, and I'm going to tell you exactly why it's so huge. But first of all, right now, if you want to buy now, pay later, it would just be using the Chase partnership credit card they have. People don't like the idea of credit cards because credit cards, it's like, sure, buy now, but then pay like 18% interest, right? Unless you open a new card and get like 0% no interest or whatever. That's clunky, it's complicated, it's hard. Don't love that, okay? But get this, and this is why this is so mind-blowing. And just so you know, I loaded up about $493,000 of this stock. So, yeah, like, putting my money where my mouth is, okay? Being transparent here. But anyway, here's why I think this partnership is so crazy. Peloton and Walmart are big users of Affirm, but the max total gross merchandise revenue that Peloton and Walmart have for online sales to combine together is only like $13 to $15 billion. That's because per quarter. That's because even though Walmart has like $137 billion in sales, only about 6 to 8 to 9% are actually online sales. I just use 10% for giggles, and that's how I get to about 15 combining Peloton and Walmart. So even if they had gross potential sales of $15 billion of products, which Affirm isn't going to get all of that, that's $15 billion. Compare that now to Amazon's online sales, not web services, product sales. Amazon's product services are $58 billion. That's roughly 4x. So just looking at Peloton and Walmart, Amazon 4x's that potential. Now, I know you could use Affirm on other things like Dyson and mattresses and all this other stuff, but wow, this is big, okay? Like another $58 billion of potential revenue. Now, in fairness, Amazon will only allow Affirm for things that are $50 or more, which of course we're not gonna capture all of this, but it's that potential pool that's what matters. It's the same math we did with Walmart and Peloton, right? Like not everybody who buys the Peloton is going to use Affirm. So anyway, this is like huge. In my opinion, this Affirm play is a way of buying into Amazon's growth without buying sideways trading Amazon. Don't get me wrong. I love Amazon. I own a lot of Amazon, probably right about 7 figures of Amazon. Love it. Not selling my Amazon, but this Affirm play, I like it. So these are my thoughts on Affirm. I'm going to talk about 2 more plays here. Yeah, look, there's more research to this. I'm not going to go into absolutely everything here. I wanted to give this sort of synthesis of what we did. We like search trends. We like social trends for Affirm. We like that it's been beat down. I honestly think this Amazon partnership is huge. Now, it's possible that we see retail spending go down, although we haven't seen retail spending go down. We've seen travel spending go down because of Delta, which means potentially this shopping season, in my opinion, could be huge. And I really think Amazon's going to want to get this Affirm integrated no later than like the middle of October 15th, because that's when the winter season begins. And oh my gosh, this could be a record-setting winter season for Amazon and Affirm, especially if people can now buy now, pay later. It's crazy. Okay, that's Affirm. Now, I'm going to do a quick YOLO, and then I'm going to get into one that I'm a little bit more interested in. All right, so the quick YOLO, we actually talked about this one this morning in my live streams. Owlet is getting destroyed with SPAC redemptions, and so a lot of shares are being issued right now. It's a little kooky right now. Owlet, you probably won't know what the heck Owlet is unless you have a child. Owlet is basically a company that manufactures and sells pregnancy products. The reviews for them are absolutely amazing. Search trends going up. Everything about Owlet I love, I associate with. It gives that parental peace of mind. Think about it this way, okay? If you have a little child, a little baby that's just born, okay? Literally newborn, couple weeks old. Everybody drills into your mind that there's this thing called SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. And so parents are like mentally so paranoid because like babies and children are absolutely precious. Like I get tears in my eyes just thinking about it, okay? So you can wrap their little baby feet with an Owlet smart sock. And I know that sounds insane, like, oh my gosh, smart sock. It's actually really good. It measures and monitors the child's like blood oxygen and heart rate, and I don't know what else it does. Lauren handles all this stuff. But anyway, it gives a parent a peace of mind, and if there's any kind of drop in vitals, it sends off like this siren in your room because you have like the beacon in your room and the sock on their feet. So you're probably just like radiating them with a bunch of Bluetooth, but I guess at least they're not dying from SIDS. Okay. That's bad. Sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Sorry, Owlet. Don't sue me. Unsubstantiated opinion. Total a joke. Okay. Now, their stock has just been dumped into the toilet. And personally, I'm usually very much a bottom feeder. This stock could fall more. And so I only put a $20,000, okay, I'm sorry, I know it's unrelatable. I put a $20,000 YOLO in on this, okay? I put a $20,000 YOLO on this like a minute before the stock market closed, like over here. And I put an option YOLO on this for September 17th. It's a call option. I think I did the $7.50 for September 17th because the stock was down a bunch today. And that option was in the toilet. Yeah, that option was down 26% today. And Owlet itself, I don't know what it was down. It was like 6 or 8% or something like that. I don't really care. I just saw toilet and it could continue to go in the toilet. I'm fully aware of that. For me, this is literally, there, it was down 7.6%. It was a Russian roulette, like, I'm feeling black, y'all. Okay? So if we do really well, please thank me. If we don't, go to a different table. Find a different stock. Like in the casinos, when you do well, the dealers are like, you gonna tip me? And when you suck, they're just like, okay, next one. So this is one that I can't remember exactly what I put in. It was like $400,000, maybe it was closer to $500,000, somewhere between $400,000 to $500,000 into Lemonade. Yes, I put this money into Lemonade. I put this money into Lemonade at an average cost of about $72. I already own a lot of Lemonade. I like Lemonade. I do not think Lemonade is worth, like, I'm not gonna buy Lemonade over $75 to $80. It's too much for me. It's at 76 right now, so like 80 is usually my cutoff. When it runs into like this 180 range, this was after the Motley Fool pump. This was insane. Like this right here is just pure momentum. But sometimes it runs up into that 115, 120 range. That's a good time to sell covered calls or sell your call options on it if you have. I personally think with this market going into this like risk on movement, I think there's a potential for Lemonade to have some juice. Let's go into, I'm just going to do trends really quick. The reason I think Lemonade is also very interesting. Oh, I forgot earlier this week, we also bought an October call option on Lemonade. And that thing printed attendees like so fast. I bought like an $70,000 option. It was up like $25,000 the very next day. I said in our course member live stream, I'm like, dump it, just dump it. Don't be like me. And I remember saying that, like, you could go back and look at this evidence too. I'm like, don't be like me. Don't be greedy. Dump it, dump it, dump it. I was greedy and ended up going to like $12,000 up. It was still $12,000 up. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna settle. I'm gonna take my attendees. But yeah, sometimes like when you're looking at like 45-day options, like if you get a big pump, like dump them, okay? Don't be greedy on those. It's fine. You know, I made 11K on 70K in 24 hours. Like I'm not going to be sad about that. Do I look back and I'm like, I should have just sold when I told everybody else to sell? Duh. But, you know, lessons to learn. But anyway, so why Lemonade? Okay. They put something up that's really insane. Look at this. Car insurance coming. Now, we knew that car insurance was getting ready to come, but get this, okay? This is what's crazy here. And insurance is a lower margin business, but Lemonade is a very, very smart company. Okay, watch this. So Root Insurance, they do car insurance, and their search trends over, if you go to the past 5 years, their search trends doing pretty well. You've got a nice uptrend here, but it's not perfect, okay? Not perfect. But if you type in Lemonade Insurance, right now they're getting popular off pet insurance. I kid you not, pet insurance and renter's insurance. They're right here, just below Root Insurance. They're growing at a faster rate in the Google Trends, and they don't even have the car insurance yet, which is crazy. They're really popular right now, going popular for the pet insurance. It's a lower margin. Lemonade Insurance for me is a very long play. I've done pet insurance breakout, homeowners insurance breakout, right? Very long-term play for me. I look at their website analytics too, not just these social trends. I love it. They're not profitable yet. They're expected to be low margin profitable. I'm really buying this as more of a Affirm. I could buy a long run fundamental. Owlet, Russian roulette. That rhymes. And Lemonade Insurance is If it runs to like 150, 180, I'm going to dump it or sell covered calls. If it trades sideways, I don't really care. I was happy with the call that I placed. I don't think I own any calls right now. I might still own some calls, but if anything, they would be leaps. But I got rid of my short-term call. So yeah, hey, those are my 3 trades right now. One of them's a YOLO, one of them's a long fundy, and one of them's, if it runs, I'm gonna dump it. So hopefully that is insightful to you and you like this. This means I've put somewhere around close to about $1 million into the market. Because if I add up the 20, the 70 we talked about, and then the over, like the 493, and then the other, that's the lemonade, that's about $1 million. So I'm just gonna go with $1 million. Okay, $1 million worth of plays. All right, and it's true. Anyway, if you want to see these plays before I announce them publicly, or you want to hear more details or ask me questions about my mentality or thought process or whatever, I'm not always right. I think I do very, very well though. Check out my programs, link down below, on anything from real estate investing, stock investing, to making YouTube videos, real estate agent sales, property management, you name it. It's a course coupon code. It does expire August 31st. The price just goes up every time. Sometimes people leave those cynical comments like, the coupon code's always here. Yeah, but every time the price goes up. So it's like $30, $30, $30, or whatever goes up. Net goes up. Okay, folks, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.